Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to individually change singular elements. So as you can see, we have a few different things on screen. We have the environment, we have a couple of blocks that we'll be able to hit, and we're going to add a couple more things just to use as an example. But there are lots of elements, not so much in the environment stuff, but in a lot of other things, the pickups, the movements, the switches, gates, many things are going to have the ability to change an element of it. So we got these little blocks out here. So as an example, let's see what it does normally. I've just put one here, just an example, I'll just put one here. There. So if we hit it with grade 18, that's what it does. Okay, nothing's going to happen, but if you hit it, it changes. All right. So if we hover over something which has a modifiable element, if you click on it, it should bring up a little menu there, down here. Sometimes it'll come up with just like this, but if that happens and you see this little arrow pointing up, just click on it and it'll bring up the menu proper. So there's a couple different things here that you can change. Now, this receiving channel has to do with logic. We're not going to do anything with that in this video, and there will be a whole separate video on logic at some point. Now, the first thing we can do is we've got invisible, so that means it's set to no, so because obviously it's not invisible. Put it there, it'll kind of gray out just to show you that it's still there, but should we play, you can't see it. The player will not be able to see it until they hit it in some way. Okay, just like that. Just a hidden block for that. The other thing you can do is you can do direction with this. So you can rotate it in a particular way. Now that will change how grade 18 is able to interact with it. So just for an example, let's put this one that way, and we'll put the other one the other way. This one's pointed to the, well, it looks like it's pointing to the left to me, but it says to the right, so I guess that has to do with the orientation of the top of it. So so let's see. So if this one's pointing to the right, we can't really interact with it. We have to press up against it. Okay, just like that. Whereas this one, we won't be able to hit it until we hit it from the other side. That's basically how those particular things works, and that's a very simple example of how to modify one element. And everything is going to have a very, very similar menu. For another example, let's what do we got? Let's pick up something a bit more complex. Okay, let's do a blaster. Well, let's put it right there. Okay, if we click on that, you have a few more elements to deal with. So, as you can see, if you click on it, it shows you exactly where, once grade 18 goes into it, exactly where he's going to end up. Okay, he'll just go exactly in this direction. And it's very precise, so you don't need to worry about it guessing where it's going to go. It's going to tell you exactly where it's going to go. So, spin speed is this. So you can set how fast you want this to spin around, like so. That's spin speed. Also in the other direction. For some reason, positive numbers are always clockwise, whereas negative numbers are, or sorry, the other one is counterclockwise, but negatives are clockwise. I would have thought it was something else. It's something been the opposite, but here we are. Now, if you put it to rotation, you put it to spin, put the other one, then you can do things like swing. swing speed, swing time, offset. And you can fit around with these values as much as you want until you find something that does what you want to do. Okay? Now you can also change what kind of spin it's doing, and then we got none. Obviously, if it's not swinging, these are not going to matter. Alright, this got spin. And spin speed. You can just keep everything to 0 to keep it nice. If you have a very, very, very particular thing you want to do, if there's a number value, you can simply click on it and put in whatever value you want. And then, so let's, for example, let's do a really random number. Let's do 123. That's what that's going to look like. So that's how fast it's going in that particular direction. Whoop. I guess it doesn't really matter there. I meant this put a 0. It should go back to 0. You press OK, and everything's done. This is the same with this direction. You can just do a sliding scale if you want, or you can simply add in what way you want to go. Power is how much power it's going to have behind the shot. So just for a bit of an example, as you can see, it's got a fairly strong arc. But if you put the power up, as you can see, it's adding a bit more power to it. Okay, until you get something like that. So a combination of these things will allow you to give very fine tuning over where you want grade 18 to end up. The last thing here is fire delay, which is how quickly grade 2 can be shot out of it once he enters it. So a 0 is instantaneously. So if you just want to test it, we can just test it right here. Okay. We'll flee the package for now. We jump into it. We have it set to instant, so that as you can see, it was fired instantaneously. Now if we select it again, we put it to 1, which is seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So we go into it. It should wait 1 second before firing. There. And that is the basics of how to modify singular elements. Thanks for watching.